Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. The headlines. A family of 9 fails to cope with the high cost of living. Fuel price increments are beyond government, VEEP tells the nation. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the...
She has so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And now the Midday News in detail. Some bus drivers operating at Lusaka's Kulimatawa bus station have added their voice on the monthly fuel reviews, which they say is negatively impacting the public transport sector. Speaking to Camnet News, one of the bus drivers, Popal Tembo, says the Thursday adjusted fuel prices are costly for the majority average Zambians, urging government to revisit its monthly reviews.
Since May 31st, 2022, the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has been revising the fuel pump prices monthly due to the fact that the price of crude oil on the international market has moderately gone up. And for the month of July, the board, Thursday 30th June, adjusted the pump price for fuel upwards. A situation Lusaka Lima Tower bus operators have described as uncalled for and want the government to put an end to the monthly changes. Popal Tembo, a bus driver, laments to this reporter the challenges bus drivers are facing as the fuel pump price does not favor the transport sector. He says,
too much to help but different government life step understand. So far, timatandiza sometimes you don't police now parody, but it's a fuel increase. Then you put the challenge at Maganayo. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Uzada kwa Tiwachosako, affairs. Some affairs are Tiwachosako. Is a Magana pressure. You fakira again within 2 weeks, 2 months. Fakira so pamene aponde pressure tilinayo, but otherwise feel yaenda too much. Monga zoma pasi tilira. Na was struggling with teacher and
And Franco Hantiva has strongly urged the board to put a fixed price to the fuel to help drivers generate some income.
Petro abantu pamosi bafisi imozi lati ni 27 amene angena kon 26 na 28 ngale pamene apa not week month bafaka so I month bafaka so apa tena turuwa nankon.
Continue doing such a thing because they're confusing us. Better they just the fuel should be started. If they say, for example, if the government maybe they have got a plan to say we are going to hike prices for fuel maybe for 50 kwacha. So later they come up to say 50 kwacha it is the price of what? Then this year, then this month goes up, the other month comes down just like that. Later the government should say just stick to one price. We say no, the fuel price for all year round it is 50 kwacha and when
ERB has justified the reasons to having monthly changes, but the transport sector will continue suffering instability if this matter is not critically resolved. Cherish Sibote for Camnet News, Lusaka.
Stakeholders have reminded the United Party for National Development Administration to uphold its campaign promises of ensuring that every family in Zambia affords 3 meals a day. A governance activist, John Nijimu, has challenged the government to outline a clear roadmap on how it intends to end poverty in the country.
Business opportunities. UPND will build a Zambia where all of us will be proud to call home.
According to the World Bank, Zambia ranks among countries with the highest levels of poverty and inequality globally, more than 58% as of 2015. To others, these are just numbers, but when you flip the page, there are real faces of many people with few choices to survive economic hardship.
Well, this may seem like a delicacy, but this is the only means of survival for Misozi Piri, 58 of Lusaka's Kanyama constituency, who takes care of 8 children. Let's understand how this meal is prepared.
Tima ipupusha so kuifaka pambaula taipupusha tukasiza kuipupusha timafaka mbaketi ya choka vichani vivena va black taikwesa kwesa na chifunso no kuichira chani kuijuba no kuipika no kuipeleka pa market bantu amba kuti
mumagulisa zingati
1 kwacha
dakuti
tima order 10 kwacha then tima order kusoweto.
Well, during our visit, we were made to understand that this household has cross-cutting issues, and let's just find out some of these issues.
Pabanaiti ichitalendi nyumba ni 250. Then mvula igalo kwa amene ino nyumba sometimes mmankhala che kuyimirira manzi angena kuseli uko mukapeza kuseli mkazunguluka kulichani kulimyala kuchita ku protection tikapena manzi yangazienda pansi. Then mukunkhala kwanga so chabe nimankhala nienda usakila vakudya vamana kuwashirira kutapira manzi ni umadya once. So kuliko kandolo ngati wasakirako kandolo kuno kuseni sima ni mazulo kuti igonekwe mchani mumala sinikwanisa kudya katatu once.
3 meals per day is what they were promised, but as every day goes, they continue to feel their vote they traded for improved livelihoods was wasted as news of high commodity prices becomes an annoyance routine, and non-state actors remain concerned.
This is a problem that is each and every person is facing in the country, more especially in the shanty compound like here in Kanyama, where people they are failing to meet 3 meals in a day. I think we are appealing to the government that we should not just be talking issues, that we are putting things in order.
But the Zambian people are looking at today. If they are hungry today. They are not hungry in the next 5 years when the president is saying the economy is going to be good. I mean, the president, at the time he was in opposition, he was on record for having said, we want to come and make sure that my children have 3 meals in a day. I want every Zambian to have 3 meals in a day. That's what Zambians expected. Unfortunately, that has not happened.
former Civil Society for Poverty Reduction CSPR board chairperson, governance activist John Regimu is concerned that the UPND administration is not categorical on ending hunger and poverty as enshrined in Sustainable Development Goals.
Is a household that houses 9 people. And if you think poverty is just the statistics, well, these are some of the faces behind those numbers. Patrick Soko, Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
Leader of the opposition in Parliament, Brian Mundubile, has challenged Republican President Hakainde Hichilema to consider prioritizing a trip to China if the International Monetary Fund (IMF) loan is to be secured. Mr. Mundubile, who is also a member of Parliament, wonders why the head of state has to date not engaged China in Zambia's debt situation, adding that China has a critical role to secure the IMF loan.
It has been over 10 months of being at the helm of the country's runs by the UPND administration. However, their rule has been questioned by opposition Patriotic Front members of Parliament who are breathing fire on Foreign Affairs and International Relations Minister Stanley Kakubo to explain the immediate benefits of the presidential trips to the citizens. Leader of opposition in Parliament, Brian Mundubile, has questioned the motive of the presidential trips, alleging that they are not yielding results in resolving challenges the country continues to face. Mr. Mundubile, who is also a member of Parliament, is of the view that Republican President Hakainde Hichilema should prioritize the trip to China if the International Monetary Fund (IMF) is to be secured.
If China, is very instrumental and is holding the key to this particular bailout, why should we visit all these other countries and not visit China? So our view is that the president must prioritize the trip to China. Him going to still insist that he must accord China the same respect he's according these other countries by going there physically and fly to China and make his case with the Chinese president so that we improve the chances of securing the IMF.
Meanwhile, speaking during a media interaction at Parliament building, Lukasha Member of Parliament George Chisanga questioned the fairness in the application of the rule of law. Mr. Chisanga, who is also Patriotic Front chairperson for legal affairs, has challenged government to explain the fairness of the rule of law, citing that PF member Mumbi Piri and Baba to former President Shabi Chilekwa have not been accorded court appearance as per the Constitution.
This is because our concern has always been that when it comes to handling a member of the Patriotic Front, either a former MP, a former minister, or indeed anybody who was associated in one or another way.
And Chulubi Member of Parliament Mulenga Fuve has claimed that the Farmers Support Input Program (VEEP) has not been fully utilized.
That this indiscriminate distribution of the 6 bags, which is insensitive to climate, which is insensitive to soils and many other factors, is going to kill the farming sector and the farm.
Nelson Zulu for Camnet News in Lusaka.
In other news, Zambia's Republican Vice President Mtale Nalmango has disclosed that the continued increase of fuel prices is beyond government's control, as the pricing of the commodity has been triggered by prices of the petroleum products on the international market.
Colleagues, let us not, just because we are in politics, we want to twist it. This is reality. This government wants to allow the market to flow. If you say the remedy is subsidy, when are you going to stop subsidizing? Because right now, you are not in control, madam, of the international price of fuel. We know there are many factors out there, including the war in Ukraine. The war itself has given more demand on oil. And we are not an island. We are not an island as a nation, honorables. We are affected by external forces. So the issue of fuel, madam, the issue of fuel, we must all be ready. There are moments we must say, what are we going to do? Because it is a factor beyond our decision. But we will continue. Now,
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. A family of 9 fails to cope with the high cost of living. Fuel price increments are beyond government, VEEP tells the nation. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.